Alright, in this video, we're going to configure our YubiKey with challenge response in order to be able to use it as an additional protection on our KeePassXC database. Alright, so I'm over here at the home page for Yubico at yubico.com. We're going to click on support. And then we are looking for Works with YubiKey program. This is under additional resources. That'll take us to this page that you see here, and this is essentially a YubiKey catalog. It allows you to search for various applications, services, or even search by company name and discover various things that the YubiKey works with, basically. And hopefully there are some guides or some instructions that will walk you through how to configure your YubiKey with these applications or services. That's the idea of this. All right, so immediately in the second row, we see KeePass right here. Now it just says KeePass. There is a difference between KeePass and KeePassXC, but the instructions for this should be universal. So KeePass is a free open source password manager that supports strong hardware-backed YubiKey two-factor authentication, enabling users to easily and efficiently protect their accounts from takeovers. Now, KeePass is a lightweight, easy-to-use open-source password manager. It's compatible with Windows, Linux, and Mac OS, as well as mobile devices. So this is cross-platform, and it enables users to store passwords in a highly encrypted database, which can only be unlocked with one master password and/or key file. If you scroll further down the page, you have compatible YubiKeys. The YubiKey that I am using in this video is a YubiKey 5 series NFC, and form factor is USB-A. I've disabled NFC. Alright, so if you do not see your YubiKey in this list, then most likely it is not it's not going to work for this tutorial. Go reference some of my other videos if you are not sure which YubiKey that you have. I've covered several different ways that you can determine the YubiKey that you are using. So there is a video here that you can click on, and it will walk you through what we are about to do. But my suggestion would be that you watch my video, because my video is better. So this is available straight from the APT repositories. If you do an APT search on KeePass, you'll get back a few different hits. So you have KeePass2, but my suggestion is that you install KeePassXC. This is the cross-platform password manager. This is the one that I have installed. If we do an APT info on KeePassXC, we can learn a little bit more about this password manager. The main takeaway is, if you read the lower part of the description, it says that in contrast to KeePassX, KeePassXC is actively developed and it has more features. So you definitely should use KeePassXC, and to install that, obviously you're just going to run sudo apt install KeePassXC. Now once you have that installed, you can open it up from the command line by typing KeePass, or you can come down here and click on Show Apps. It will show up in your listing of apps. Alright, so I'm going to open it up. Now I already have a database that I have created and I use, so I'm going to walk you through this from the beginning with a brand new database. So I'm going to come up here to Database, click on New Database. I'm going to name this database YouTube Demo and click Continue. Now I'm not going to do this because it's just for demonstration purposes, but if you are really doing this, you should adjust the database encryption settings. I would increase this much higher than the default. You don't have to necessarily go all the way to the right, but put a little bit of effort into the decryption time. Higher values offer more protection, and the downside of that is that it will take a little longer to open the database, and that's okay. So I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to leave the database format as the default recommended format. And click Continue. Alright, so at this prompt we're going to create a password. I'm going to click the Generate Password function. It will generate one for me. Once again, real scenario. You want to make this count, so you can adjust the word count down here. It's currently using 6 words with spaces in between them. We can increase that to 8 words, for example. We can change the word list. We can add additional word separators other than just a space. So currently this password is a 61 character count password. That's pretty long. That's pretty long. And that's what it looks like. So let's go ahead and copy that. I'm going to click Apply Password. It automatically applies it to both boxes. Just make sure that you know the password. Write it down. Do something with it. Now we're going to click on Add Additional Protection, and it gives us the option for a key file. We're going to skip past that, so scroll down, and you're looking for challenge response. And it tells you right here, if you own a YubiKey or an only key, which is a competitor to the YubiKey, video coming soon, you can use it for additional security. The key requires one of its slots to be programmed as HMAC SHA-1 challenge response. Okay, so we're going to click on Add Challenge Response. For some reason it brings you back up to the top of this window, so we'll scroll back down, and it says no hardware keys detected. Inside of the YubiKey Manager, we're going to click on Applications, OTP, and we're going to configure slot 2, which is currently empty. We have 4 different options: OTP, static password, OAuth, and challenge response. We're going to choose challenge response, click Next, and we're going to generate a secret key and click Require Touch. This means that the YubiKey will require a touch for the challenge response operation. And click Finish. Alright, so we now see that the slot is configured. Back over inside of the KeePass database underneath challenge response, I'm going to click Refresh. And now it has detected the challenge response for the YubiKey. It is automatically populated everything. We don't need to do anything at all. We are good. Okay, so we have configured our KeePass database with a challenge response form of authentication on our YubiKey. Let's go ahead and try to log in to the password manager now. I'm going to click on KeePassXC over on the left hand side in my dock. If you have multiple databases, which I do, you first want to make sure that you locate the correct database so it shows you the path to the database right underneath the unlock KeePassXC database in bold there. And if you remember from earlier, I named it YouTube Demo. So now that I have the correct database, we're first going to enter the password. Then we come down here. Now I clicked on refresh because nothing was showing up under hardware key. It wasn't giving me any options. So I just simply clicked on refresh, and now I can hit the down arrow and I'm able to select the challenge response from slot 2 of the YubiKey. And I'll click unlock. I can see the YubiKey is lighting up, so I'll go ahead and touch that. And we have unlocked our KeePassXC database. So everything is working great. This is exactly what you want to see. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is a properly secured password manager. It doesn't really get much better than this. It really doesn't. We have an encrypted password database on our encrypted Ubuntu Linux machine, and we have further protected the password manager by configuring a challenge response form of authentication on one of the 2 slots on the YubiKey. Bad actors, hackers, you're going to have a hard time getting to these passwords. Very difficult time. Now you just have to make sure that you hang on to that YubiKey. Alright, so I'm going to close this down. Now that I have showed you how you can do this using the YubiKey Manager GUI, I want to show you how you can do this using the YubiKey Manager CLI, because once again, the YubiKey Manager GUI is going to reach its end of life, February 19th. It's a big deal. It's an important day, February 19th. So, like it or not, we're going to want to learn how to do this using the CLI. Well, first, let's get some more information. Since we now have configured a challenge response on slot 2 of the YubiKey, let's first and foremost try to get some more information back on that from the CLI. So we're once again going to use the YubiKey man command followed by OTP, and let's do info and see what we get back. So we do get back some information that is different from the previous time that we ran this. It is showing that both slots now are programmed. I'm going to run YubiKey Manager OTP challenge response 2 for slot 2, and I'm going to do -- help. So this tells us how we can program a challenge response credential from the command line. If a key is not given, then an interactive prompt will ask for it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to open back up the YubiKey Manager app image, and we're going to start over. So I want to delete that key slot. So I'm going to click on delete. We're going to delete the content of slot 2. Now we're going to go back to the command line. I'm going to run YubiKey Manager OTP info, and slot 2 is in fact empty. So we want to program a random challenge response credential to slot 2. So let's go ahead and run YubiKey Manager OTP challenge response, and I'm going to do -- help once again to remind myself of the syntax. So I need to provide -- generate, and I believe I'm able to do -- slot followed by slot 2. No, So no dash dash slot, just 2. Okay, so we're using a randomly generated key. Here is the key in hex. We're going to do a Y for yes, and there we go. So now, if we run YubiKey Manager OTP info, we once again see that both slots are programmed. So we're going to open KeePass up once again, come up to Database, click on New Database. We're going to call this one YubiKey CLI. Click Continue. Click Continue. Going to create a password, apply the password, and click Add Additional Protection. We're going to scroll down past the key file to challenge response, click Add a challenge response, and click Done. Now at this point we need to determine a location inside of the file system where we want to save the database. I'm going to name this YubiKey Data and click Save. Okay, so it has automatically unlocked the database for us. I'm going to create a fake entry real quick. I'm going to call this entry fresh. Password is also going to be fresh, and we'll click OK. Just so that there's something that is actually in here. Now we're going to close it down, open it back up, enter the password, select the hardware key, and click Unlock. And we have unlocked our KeePass database, ladies and gentlemen, with a challenge response password that we have configured from the command line using the YubiKey Manager CLI. If that don't make you feel smart, I don't know what does. I feel smart. I feel so smart right now. Alright, so I'm going to close this down. Now obviously for me this was just for demonstration purposes, so I'm going to go back and I'm now going to delete that key because you only get 2 slots, so I do need to really use this for something. So I'm going to delete it now. So we're going to run YubiKey Manager OTP followed by delete, and I'm going to do 2 for slot 2, and yes, I really do want to delete the configuration. And now if I rerun YubiKey Manager OTP info, slot 2 is once again empty. If you are enjoying this series, hit the like button. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please stop whatever you are doing, hit that subscribe button. It takes a lot of time and effort to make these videos. A lot of lonely nights. Saturday night, 1:45 in the morning. Yes, that's me wearing the same shirt that I have on now. I actually did not plan that. I didn't know that was going to happen like that. So yeah, that's how lame I am. There's me. As always, keep learning, stay fresh. We'll see you in the next video.
fresh forensics, baby.